My purpose is, I wonder which toothpaste, commercial or homemade toothpaste, will dry out first. Hypothesis. My hypothesis for this project is that the homemade toothpaste will dry out first compared to the commercial toothpaste. Materials. 2 bowls, commercial toothpaste, the aqua trash. Homemade toothpaste, the baking soda and hydrogen peroxide, that's how I made it. Camera, paper, and writing utensils. My procedure is, I put homemade toothpaste in the bowl, that's that. Put commercial toothpaste in the bowl, that's that. I recorded the findings for a week, and then I gathered the information, and then put the project together. Results. Day 1. Both the homemade and commercial toothpaste are new. I didn't see any visible or feel any physical difference between the two. Day 2. Both the homemade and commercial toothpaste visibly appear the same. However, upon physical observation, touch, the homemade is harder than the commercial toothpaste. Day 3. I see nothing different in my visible observation between the two. Physically, the homemade is a bit harder than the commercial. Physically, the homemade started to get powdery and got harder than the commercial toothpaste. The homemade started to expand in its bowl. Visibly, the commercial stayed the same. Physically, the commercial gets harder, but not quite as hard as the homemade. Day 5. Visibly, the homemade is falling apart while getting dry, but it's not quite fully dry. Visibly, the commercial is unchanged. Physically, the commercial is still mushy but constantly drying. Day 6. Visibly, the homemade continued to dry out. Visibly, the commercial's tip began to zigzag. Physically, the homemade was almost completely dried up. Physically, the commercial stayed the same. Visibly, the homemade dried out. The commercial stayed mushy but not quite close to the homemade as in hardness. And then here's my graph. Whoa. What cool. And then here's day 1. Day 2. Day 3.
Please sit down because then everybody can see as well as anybody else.
Day 4.
Okay.
Day 5. Day 6. Day 7. And then that's it. And then my conclusion was, I learned from this experiment that homemade toothpaste hardens faster than commercial toothpaste. Now it's the end. Sam.
I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Where did you get this idea from?
When we read the Toothpaste Millionaire.
Really?
Yeah.
You gonna be brushing your teeth?
No.
Aww.
That's what I was gonna ask you. So, why were you using that to point at the? Well, it's a toothbrush and it goes with my.
Have you ever tried brushing your teeth with the homemade toothpaste?
Kind of.
Is it with that?
No, that's with my regular toothpaste.
Which one do you think cleaned your teeth better?
Commercial toothpaste.
I'm gonna say commercial. I'd say
Oh yeah.
Hey, hang on just a minute. Somebody's clicking something and it needs to stop, please. Thank you.
How long did it take you to do this experiment?
I don't really know, but I know it took over a week because that's how long I recorded. Did you remember, Sam?
Yeah.
That's it.
Did you do that graph? How long did you do that graph all by yourself?
Kind of. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I did, yeah.
That was clear.
That was, yeah, clear as mud.
Okay, I'm done.
Natalia and then Vim.
Who's on that?